Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash. Yahweh be in the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shah be in the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now, when you're looking at this EDOM, Texas, I wanted to put some context to this city. Now, when you got Texas, America, Babylon the Great annexed Texas, meaning added Texas to their collection of states in 1945. I mean 1845. So 1845, you had them dealing with a treaty that was dealing with Spain and Russia. So Spain and Russia was setting claim to Mexico, Texas, Salakia. And so America stepped in and they set claim to Texas, and then they took it over. So they start dealing with the railroad so the businesses can get their products. And then this city, on through the path of going through Texas, they started to build this city and they called it EDOM. See, they called it EDOM from the Bible. Now let's go into the history. It says in 1855, the post office moved 1 mile south of the present town site. There it was renamed Edom for the name given to Esau in the book of Genesis. Local salons filled with lumberjacks, freighterers, and traders as the community became a stopover on the Porter's Bluff and Tyler Road. So people were stopping over and they was going to this place that they named Edom. And so you see they started building churches and the Masonic Lounge. So the Masons was involved with the situation. Okay. And so that's just the context of what was going on at the time in America. Mind you, in 1850, I think they had this what was the name of that act? Homestead Act. I'm thinking the Homestead Act was in 1850 also, where they was giving land to these Europeans and a slave to move out west and occupy that land and start building up pretty much the United States of America. Now, but through all of this, they had children of Israel in slavery, and they was identified as the nation of Edom. Let's look at this nation of Edom, Salakia, because first we can get, let me get Amos chapter 1. The beginning of Amos' writing, he went to talking about this captivity of the Israelites. But look who he named. He said in verse 6, "Thus says the Lord of hosts, for 3 transgressions of Gaza, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they carried away captive the whole captivity to deliver them up to Edom." Okay, and it repeated that with Tyrus, meaning the Tyrus were those Hamites over there, the African. It said, "Thus says the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom." See, he's addressing these Africans and Arabs, and he's addressing Edom. When you go to Joel, it talks about the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, verse 1. Then it goes into World War III, and it goes into who was responsible. Verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they shed innocent blood in their land. So Joel and Amos pinpoint that it's going to be a slave trade. So when you go into Joel 4, it says the same thing. Tyrus and Zidon, the coast of Palestine, the Africans and the Arabs, is going to be helping the Edomites sell the Israelites, a slave trade. Okay? Joel was all about a slave trade. Then you had Amos, but you got Zechariah, the beginning of Zechariah, also addressed the slave trade. Where is it? Zechariah, chapter 1. See the beginning of these writings, they talking about a slave trade. It says, verse 18, Then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, four horses. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, What be these? And he answered me, These are the horns which have scattered Judah and Israel and Jerusalem. See, scattered. They were scattering these four horns was scattering the Israelites on freaking slave ships, because those four horns is talking about kings. You got the French, the British, the what you call it, the French, the British, the Spanish, and the Dutch, Portuguese. You can add those together. These people was scattering Israel, and they Deuteronomy 28. 60 showed how they was going to be scattered. It said, And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. So you was going to be scattered with ships. By the way thereof I spake unto you, you shall see it no more again, and there you shall be sold to your enemies for bondman and bondwoman, and no man shall save you. No man shall buy you. No man shall redeem you from that situation. It's going to happen. You're going to be sold on auction block, and they're going to cast lots for you. And this was going to be the Edomites. Let's go to Lamentation 4 and 22. It says, The punishment of your iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry you away into captivity. He will visit your iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover your sin. See, these individuals confess that they are the Edomites by naming that city Edom. They wasn't ignorant of Edom and of the scriptures. What is it? Psalm 64. Go ahead and get that. It say, But God shall shoot at them with an arrow, and suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon them. All that see them shall flee away. See, they're gonna be hearing that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is gonna throw their behind into slavery, and then they're gonna lose all wisdom and go to telling on themselves. Let's get that. Obadiah. Where is it? Verse 6. It says, How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? See, because he gonna lose his freaking mind. It says, concerning Edom, thus says the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? See, at one point, they could keep things a secret. But now, in these last days, they've been exposed and they can't keep a secret. Verse 10, it say, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. See, they're not going to be able to hide nothing that they doing. And that's why you see what's coming out. They got a whole city in the Babylon the Great called Edom, that they call Edom. See, we call them Edom because we realize who they go back to, but they calling themselves Edom. But I just want to bring that up, bring the context out of that verse by how the America was just pretty much buying Texas, and you had these Edomites before the Civil War and before the so-called slaves was emancipated to the government. You had the Edomites proclaiming that they're Edom, and not the so-called not white people who they some identity that they just created, which don't mean anything. They created that in 1680 and put it in law, but it don't have no meaning to the crap, a white person. But I'm going to leave it there. All praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Kakadash. The honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.